After 60, 5 kissing spots that spark emotional and physical intimacy in women. What if I told you that 90% of what you think you know about creating intimacy with a woman is completely backwards? The spots most men focus on, the lips, the obvious zones, they are not even in the top 5 when it comes to triggering deep emotional connection in women. After 60, a woman's desires no longer awaken by what you do quickly, but by where and how you touch her with intention. Most men believe kissing is just a prelude, something rushed, something automatic. But the truth is, certain kissing spots don't just ignite physical desire. They awaken emotional closeness, safety, and deep feminine openness. And this is where most men miss it entirely. Welcome back to my channel, it's Vernon again. In this video, I'm going to share 5 kissing spots that spark both emotional and physical intimacy in women, especially after 60. These are not obvious places. They're subtle. They're often overlooked. Before we begin, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future conversations about love, intimacy, and connection in this beautiful stage of life. Let's start with the first spot, one that speaks to her heart before it ever reaches her body. Number 1. The side of her neck, where safety meets desire. The first kissing spot most men underestimate is the side of her neck. After 60, this area is no longer just sensual, it's deeply emotional. The neck is where a woman feels both vulnerable and protected at the same time. When you kiss her there slowly with intention, you're not just touching her skin, you're sending a message to her nervous system that she is safe, desired, and fully seen. Most men rush this moment or treat it as a shortcut to something else. But a woman feels everything in how you approach it. A gentle kiss along the side of her neck, unhurried and calm, tells her that you're not taking, you're offering presence. It allows her body to relax before her desire awakens, and when a woman relaxes, intimacy deepens naturally. This spot carries emotional memory in a way many men don't realize. It's close to where she hears your voice when you speak softly to her. It's where she feels your breath before she ever feels your hands. That closeness activates something deeper than arousal. It awakens awareness. So when you kiss the side of her neck with patience, without urgency, you create a quiet moment where tenderness and attraction exist at the same time. She doesn't feel rushed or claimed. She feels chosen, intentionally and calmly. For many women, especially after 60, desire no longer begins in obvious or overt places. It begins where trust lives, where her body senses safety before it allows pleasure. The side of her neck is one of those places. It's where emotional closeness gently lowers her defenses, allowing her to open, not because she's being pursued, but because she feels immense this way. The body responds before the mind catches up. From there. Another overlooked spot quietly deepens that connection, one that speaks to her sense of closeness and belonging. Number 2. Her forehead, where emotional safety is sealed. The forehead is one of the most underestimated places of intimacy, especially after 60. Many men overlook it because it doesn't feel overtly sexual, but that's exactly why it works so powerfully when you kiss a woman on the forehead. And for a mature woman, emotional safety is what allows desire to unfold naturally. A forehead kiss communicates protection, respect, and presence. It tells her without words that she doesn't have to perform, impress, or prove anything. In that moment, she can simply be. Her guard lowers, and once her guard lowers, intimacy deepens on every level. After 60, many women have experienced relationships where affection was conditional or rushed. A slow, intentional kiss on the forehead reverses that pattern. It tells her that you value her emotional world just as much as her physical one. It lingers. It creates trust. This is where many men misunderstand intimacy entirely. They assume desire begins in obvious physical places somewhere below the neck, driven by touch alone. But for a woman at this stage of life, intimacy often begins much higher, where she feels genuinely seen. Have you ever noticed how emotional safety changes the way intimacy feels? I'd love to know your thoughts or experiences. Share them in the comments below. When she feels this kind of emotional acknowledgement, something important chills the need to guard herself or anticipate what comes next. And once that sense of safety is established, physical closeness doesn't feel rushed or demanded. It feels like a natural continuation of trust, something she moves toward willingly, not something she feels pulled into, which we'll explore right this. Number 3. Her cheek, where tenderness awakens desire. The cheek may seem simple, even innocent, but after 60 it carries a quiet power that many men completely overlook. A slow, intentional kiss on her cheek isn't about passion, it's about reassurance. It tells her that closeness doesn't always have to lead somewhere immediately, and that absence of pressure is exactly what allows desire to surface on its own. When you kiss her cheek gently, you're signaling warmth, familiarity, and emotional availability. It's the kind of touch that says, "I enjoy being close to you," without asking her for anything in return. It helps her relax into the moment rather than brace herself for what might come next. This kind of tenderness works because it removes urgency from the moment. Her body responds not because you stimulated desire directly, but because her mind for who she is, not chased for what she can give. She feels chosen in a quiet, respectful way rather than pressured to respond. And it's within that emotional ease that attraction begins to grow on its own, slowly, naturally, and often far more powerfully than anything forced or overt. After 60, many women become deeply attuned to intention. They can sense whether a gesture is about connection or about expectation. A kiss on the cheek, when given with presence and patience, signals emotional intelligence. It shows that you understand timing, boundaries, and respect. And paradoxically, it's this restraint that makes physical intimacy feel safer and more inviting. When she knows she isn't being rushed or led somewhere against her rhythm, desire deepens not because it's demanded but because it's allowed. With that sense of ease, another often missed kissing spot begins to carry a powerful emotional charge, one that speaks directly to trust and closeness. Number 4. Her hands, where trust and connection are anchored. A woman's hands carry far more emotion than most men realize. After 60, her hands tell the story of her life, everything she's held, given, built, and endured. When you kiss her hands slowly and deliberately, you're not just being affectionate, and that recognition creates a deep sense of trust. A kiss on the hand communicates reverence rather than desire. It tells her you're not rushing toward intimacy, you're honoring her first. That gesture speaks directly to her emotional core. It says, "I see you not just as a woman to be touched, but as a woman to be respected." When you take her hand gently, pause and kiss it with intention, her body relaxes almost instantly. She feels grounded, she feels emotionally met. And when a woman feels met in that way, she becomes far more open to physical closeness. Later, not because you've escalated, but because you've built connection. This is especially powerful after 60 because many women have experienced intimacy that skipped over respect and went straight to expectation. A kiss on her hands reverses that pattern. It slows the moment down. It reassures her that you're present, patient, and emotionally aware. Your support helps these conversations about intimacy and connection reach the people who truly need them. Desire that grows from trust lasts longer, and a kiss on her hands quietly anchors that trust, allowing intimacy to deepen naturally without force or urgency. Once that trust is established, there is one final spot that gently transforms connection into anticipation, where closeness begins to feel electric, yet still safe. Number 5. Just below her ear, where anticipation comes alive. The area just below her ear is one of the most overlooked yet emotionally charged kissing spots, especially after 60. This place is deeply sensitive, not just physically but emotionally. When you kiss her there softly and slowly, you're creating anticipation rather than demand. You're inviting her into the moment instead of pulling her forward. This spot is powerful because it sits between intimacy and restraint. It's close enough to feel personal, yet gentle enough to feel respectful. When kissed with patience, it sends a quiet signal to her nervous system that she is desired but not rushed. That balance is what makes her lean in emotionally before she ever does physically. For a mature woman, anticipation is far more intoxicating than immediacy. A slow kiss just below her ear makes her aware of your presence, your closeness, your intention. She feels your breath. She hears the subtle pause. This is the moment where emotional and physical intimacy gently merge into one experience. She doesn't feel as though intimacy is being done to her or pushed in her direction. Instead, she feels like it's unfolding with her at a pace that matches her breath, her comfort, her desire. Just a shared rhythm that feels natural and mutual. And it's that rhythm that makes all the difference. When nothing is forced and everything is felt, her body and emotions move together. She becomes present in the moment, not guarded, not distracted. This is what many men overlook in their hurry to progress. But for women, especially after 60, this is what lingers. Long after the moment ends, she remembers how it felt to be met, to be in sync, to be part of an intimacy that respected her timing. That memory stays with her quietly, deeply, and far longer than any rushed gesture ever could. After 60, intimacy is no longer about speed, technique, or proving anything. It's about presence. It's about knowing where to touch, not just her body, but her sense of safety, trust, and emotional openness. The kissing spots we've explored aren't powerful because they're hidden. Each one invites her to relax, to feel chosen, and to move toward closeness at her own rhythm. When intimacy unfolds this way, a woman doesn't feel pursued or pressured. She feels met, and that feeling, being met emotionally before anything physical happens, is what creates the deepest connection without effort, without force. This is what many men miss, but it's also what women remember long after the moment has passed. If you slow down, stay present, and let intimacy grow from trust rather than urgency, you'll discover that connection after 60 can be richer, calmer, and far more fulfilling than ever before. Give this video a like, share it with someone who might appreciate these insights, and subscribe to my channel for more conversations about love and intimacy after 60. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. I'm Vernon. Thank you for watching my video till now, and see you next time.